Gentleman
Mr. Chairman,
from New
I would
Jersey.
like to now speak in opposition.
Gentleman's recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you. The gentlewoman, again, I mean, first of all, I think the gentlewoman's previous amendment was about, the policies of the president being political. And I think this amendment is more political than anything. First of all, as we know, what the underlying bill does is it says that if the president wants to release crude oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, he has to put together a plan that would require more leases on public lands. What the gentlewoman's amendment says now is that she makes this retroactive and goes back to the day of the president's inauguration. Again, a very political decision to use that date, and says that any releases from the reserve beginning on the day of the president's inauguration, we would also have to then go back and make sure that we sell or lease additional leases on public lands to cover those releases from the reserve back to the inauguration. So, I mean, look, the bureaucracy of all this in itself, I think, is absurd. But the point is that she is essentially saying that now we have to lease more public lands, when in fact there are about 9,000 leases already on public lands, half of which are not being used. The oil companies do not want to pump more oil, because that brings down the price. They don't want any releases from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, because that brings down the price. So all that the Republican majority is doing here is trying to help the oil companies, trying to make sure that there's no tools on the part of the administration to increase supply, to bring down the cost of gasoline at the pump. Whatever the oil companies, which are making huge profits, want to do, that's what they want to do as well. And so I would just, again, say that this amendment may be germane, but it's certainly detrimental to what the president and the Democrats are trying to do to help people deal with affordability. They cannot, we understand that the price at the pump is prohibitive, and that we have to continue to use whatever tools we have to try to bring it down. The Republicans, on the other hand, don't want to do any of that. They want to make political points, and they want to do the bidding of the oil companies. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I would oppose this amendment and yield back.